Welcome back to Rolando Estacado. My name is Rolando. In today's episode, we're going to be covering the selection of tomahawks in terms of lengths and what you will end up preferring, some of the contrasts, some of the similarities, but ultimately to help you decide on the appropriate length. Let me show you the first one, and this one is this is easily accessible. You can even go on Amazon, and I showed it in a previous episode. This one is the Cold Steel Trench Hawk. This is the one that I've shown before, where if you remove the sheath, it has a beautiful edge, but at the same time, it also has this very intimidating, sharpened pike on this side. Very, very sharp. But it has a long handle. I've taped it off so that it has improved grip retention. This is a very beautiful tool, very accessible, easy to find on Amazon. Another one that you ought to consider is a shorter handled one. This is called a Recon Hawk. Just as sturdy, just as powerful, but in my opinion, far more intimidating than the Trench Hawk. Because if you take a look at this profile, same sharp edge, but a very aggressive profile on this pike over here. But note the shorter handle and differentiated texture on the handle. But this will change some of your applications, and I'm going to show some of those applications today in terms of what will end up working for you depending on what your fighting methodology is and what you end up purchasing in the future. So stick around, stay tuned. Can't wait to share this with you. Let's start with the short tomahawk. Fast, deadly, and maddeningly sophisticated. This is a very fast weapon, but with a very specific flaw. This is a no bueno, so be careful when you move with it. In my estacado practice, I prefer to partner the short tomahawk with its powerful sister, the American bowie. This exquisite combination helps bridge the gap from long range and facilitate termination at close range. For this example, whoa, where are you going? I'm filming here, calm down. The short tomahawk all but excels at the punch cut. This is the very definition of a force multiplier, behaving both as edge and impact weapon. Using the same mechanics of a cross, it combines both arm-centric and core-centric movements with precision deadly effect. Let's take a look at this combination again. Let's start with that bowie back cut. This opening salvo all but starts this cycle of power and domination. Right after this back cut, this punch cut comes through, dominating center line with that powerful cross. This allows me time to angle to the side and be able to flank my opponent by dominating his center line. But I will do this one more time with a thrust with my bowie knife, allowing him to stay exactly where I need him to be as I start to angle out. Right before I angle out, I put my tomahawk in position immediately for that reversal. This fast and powerful combination with the short tomahawk and the American bowie makes it an absolutely devastating combination. For sheer power and complexity, nothing beats the short tomahawk and the American bowie. But I'm not done yet. There is also the long tomahawk combined with the American bowie. Let's have fun. Let's take a look at this back cut with the long tomahawk. Look at the range that it can be accomplished. What we start to see in this kind of movement is very similar to the French Lacan. Longer handle allows me to execute two specific things. It allows me to implement a technique called the catch and pull, which also allows me to bridge the gap in a very unique way. Look at this application with the reverso, which allows me to thrust with the bowie knife, but it also allows me to utilize my favorite system, which is Felicissimo Dizon's Mohara. From this specific position, I can use the Dagdag Bawas movement so that as I use the catch and pull to control his head, I can change my grip and shorten it after I give him a pull. So once I shorten it, I can start the cycle of terminating the engagement with a high pressure rake. This combination is a testament to the versatility of the long tomahawk, especially in a two-handed application or called a dalawahan. This combination is a good example of terminating the engagement at long range. Note the shortened punch cut grip, which then goes into a horizontal rake. Then we utilize the body as an elusive fulcrum to change grips and switch to a dalawahan two-handed grip. The impact of this technique is immeasurable. It shatters the jaw and allows us to use the catch and pull technique to pull the opponent back into the ground, either at long range or at close grip. That's the power of the long and short tomahawk. You make the decision on which you prefer.